So it appears that the 4th of July in the United States of America would not be a beautiful day for many Americans, based on some intel that we're seeing here. And you start asking yourself, because this is the question that's going around within the borrowers in New York, especially. People are asking if the war between Israel and Iran was just like a distraction for something that is going to happen because they're not paying attention. What you're seeing on the screen, the National Blueprint for Biodefense, immediate action needed to defend against biological threats. This was a report of the Bipartisan Commission on Biodefense, April 2024. But the scenario that unfolded within this was for July the 4th, 2025. July 4th, of course, is Independence Day in the great United States of America. So, is there going to be a bioterrorism attack? I'm going to read for you from a document here, right? And based on this document, I'm seeing some players here. And you see these two persons right here? Where are they? In the ex officio members, Gerald Parker and George Post. These people were very instrumental when COVID came around. As a matter of fact, they were saying they were part of the team. That's why COVID came to be. So when I see these people on something, I get very worried about what I think would be taking place. So here's the scenario. It says, following hypothetical opening remarks by the chair of the Congressional Joint Inquiry provide context for this report by portraying a biological attack sufficient to cause the catastrophic consequences warned by the Bipartisan Commission on Biodefense. The scenario describes how a biological agent could target humans and animals, how it could emerge some of the key interagency capabilities required to address the agent and its impacts and the consequences of failure. Now, this is a joint inquiry into the administration and congressional actions before and during the bioterrorist attacks of July 4th, 2025. But this is a scenario, and they're saying this is what could happen on July 4th, 2025. But remember, this document was before the congressional committee on April 2024. So you have to ask yourself, why did the scenario place this at July 4th, 2025? That's something that you have to just think about. The U.S. House of Representatives Permanent Select Committee on Intelligence and U.S. Senate Select Committee on Intelligence. Here's what it said. Chair, I call on this first hearing of the joint inquiry to order. 9 weeks ago, some nation or terrorist group, we still do not know who, attacked the nation's capital and other U.S. cities with biological weapons as we celebrated Independence Day. The infection agent they used killed at least 280,000 Americans and infected at least 400,000 throughout the country in a single day. In addition to the 200,000 dead and 800,000 sickened animals, right? These numbers will increase as the disease spreads. Many of our own colleagues and staff here in Congress fell and died. Coordinated attacks in allied nations in the days that followed killed tens of thousands more. So here's a scenario that's come into play here. Apparently, in the report, they're saying that this is just a scenario of something that could happen in the United States of America. But the strange thing is, they're saying it could happen on July 4th, 2025, killing over 280,000 Americans and making 400,000 sick. And remember, they're talking about animals. So you're talking about killing animals and people? Why is that? And they're also saying in the report, they're talking about people dying in other nations, allied nations, people who are friendly to the United States of America. This is frightening. This is worried. I have not been hearing anybody in Congress really talking about that. But then, do you remember early this year or last year, I think late last year, they were talking about getting congressmen prepared because something could happen on Capitol Hill, where if 200 of the congressmen could die in one shot. So now I understand that somebody probably knows something. We don't know if it will happen this year. This doesn't have to happen this year, but this is just a scenario. But remember, 201, when they talked about COVID and they said it could happen in 2021 and it did occur in 2021 or 2020. So these are the things that you have to think about. So is July 4th, 2025 a problematic day for the United States of America? The document continues. We are now hearing that terrorists conducted smaller scale attacks in American cities and localities prior to the July 4th incident to test our defenses and gauge our responses. These smaller scale attacks went largely unnoticed. Laboratory tests confirm that Napier virus caused the disease. Of course, that's done by mosquitoes, but we still do not know what methods our adversaries use to infect humans and spread the disease among livestock in rural communities. Animals and people were sick for more than a month before we realized what had happened. While the virus is in the same family as other common human and animal viruses, most American veterinarians and physicians have never seen Nipah virus before, which delayed recognition. The virus, which in nature does not spread easily among people, was genetically modified to increase its ability to spread from animal to animal, animal to person, person to person, while still remaining a mortality rate of over 40%. So, guys, you see what's happening here. This is a serious thing. I mean, I am not hearing anybody talking about it. It will become a serious thing if it does happen. Prepare yourself. If you have people in the United States of America, warn them to be on the lookout for July food. Remember, Trump had said that he's given Iran 2 weeks to make up their mind and then he will decide what to do. And then in 2 days, he went in. Well, 2 weeks from when he spoke would have taken us to July 4th. Now, I'm starting to wonder a lot of things, but you can leave your comment in the section below because that's a lot of people you're talking about. And remember, they always say that the next thing would be bioterrorism. It's always on the cards. Well, guys, have a wonderful day. We're enjoying the new studio. We're not in the islands right now, but you can continue to leave your comments in the section below and we will look at them. And if we have to respond, we would respond. Take it easy, guys. Take care and have a beautiful day.